So one of the biggest complaints or the biggest hindrances people have with getting their inbox down to zero and in keeping the junk out is the fact that, especially if you're in the workplace, you get a lot of emails like this called internal memo or emails that purport to that, which are not necessarily relevant. Um, as you can see, not necessarily relevant to you, but unfortunately, that email does land in your inbox, and you've got to find a way of getting that filtered out. Or unfortunately, you still have to spend time processing that. And if you've got 15, 20, or even 50 of these on a daily basis, then it's going to take a significant portion up of your time. So what you can do, one of the things that you can do is actually filter these emails out that are sent to distribution lists. And the other thing that you can do is you can set up a disclaimer telling people that if the emails aren't addressed directly to you, then you won't be paying too much attention to that particular email. And you'll have to check with obviously your the people that you work with whether that is actually going to be okay. I've never heard of anybody getting fired or anything like that as a result of setting up a disclaimer that's telling them that emails won't be given too much attention if they're part of a mass mailing, and especially if you're either a home user or somebody who kind of works for themselves, you're not in a large corporate, then that's actually very, very easy to do, and it gets the message and the point across very, very, very quickly to the other person that these particular emails aren't getting that attention. So it helps keep the amount of emails that are coming down to a minimum. So I will show you how to set that disclaimer up. But first thing that we need to do is actually set up that particular rule. So what we do, this email from Richard, for example, is well, first of all, we create the folder. So I've created a folder called mass mailings, and bear in mind again, do remember that the folders that you have here, you want to keep them really to about 5 or 7. That's what I've noticed is a decent amount. Once you get past kind of 7, then it just starts growing again and it just becomes unmanageable. So try and keep that down to a minimum. So come over to Richard's email, for example, and then say create rule. And this time you're going to advanced options. And then what you want to do is you want to say where my name is in the CC box, so the carbon copy. Then go over to next and then say move to the specified folder, so tick here, and then come down here and click that and say mass mailings. Click OK, click next. And then you can create other rules, or you can further refine or modify this rule. So you can say, well, except if it's from the following distribution list, or if it contains specific words, or it has a specific mention on there, then of course you can further fine tune that. But for now, you want to just run this rule as it is, and then further on down the line, if you need to improve that, come back to this rule, then just come back and refine that rule until you've got it working just the way you want it. But this would be the base way to start. So click next here and say run this rule on the message already in the inbox. Click finish and watch that run. So it's now picked Richard's email up and put it into mass mailings, because this particular double tear account is a CC account and it was actually sent to my other account, so I know this is a mass mailing as an example. It'll move those out of your inbox, and then when you come to actually processing your inbox down to 0, you can actually get through these much faster. So the next bit onto actually getting the sending you what I call the mass mailings is you want to set up a rule that sends them an automated reply just to let them know that you're not paying any priority attention to the emails that are coming in from them, unless the emails are addressed directly to you. And the way we do that here is you go back to the rule that you'd created before. So back to tools and then rules and alerts, and you can see we've still got this rule here. Click this rule here and say change rule and say edit rule settings, and then you'll see it still says where my name is in the CC box, but then come down and say, sorry, go next and then say have zero reply using a specific message. Tick this and then click a specific message and then actually create the message. So what I would do, and you can decide what message will work best for you, is say automated reply, so they know it's a rule that you switched on, and it is actually an automated reply. And then just maybe start off polite. I always recommend starting off polite and say thank you for your email. Oops. And say please note, and then I would actually make that bold. And say emails that are not addressed directly to me will not be marked as priority, and therefore there may be a delay in my response. And that just lets them know that you know if they can't go to the effort of sending you a specific email just for you, and they want to send an email to everyone, then of course you're not going to be paying a lot of attention to that particular email, and you know the server will do that job for you. Will send them that email, and you can have some sort of peace of mind, and you can get on with your actual task at hand. So click Save and Close here, and then click Next, and then Next again, and say run this rule. If you need to run that, if you've already got emails that have come in for today, tick on that, and then click Finish. Now, once you do that, what will happen is you'll see an email that I've sent through already, which is a test response, and you can see here from my other machine there's an automated reply from DoubleTire that I said, thank you for your email. Please note any emails that are not addressed directly to me will not be marked as priority, etc, etc, etc. And that will come through automated. So you'll have the system sending automated emails on your behalf, just letting people know for your peace of mind. And that is one of the best setups you could probably do. You could probably take that a little bit further as well. You could actually say to people in your disclaimer or in the signature of emails for every email that you receive, where you're saying you've got an automated reply going out saying, you know, something like my emails are only checked at, say for example, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so these people know that if they need you urgently, they've got to find another means of getting through to you. And again, that will really help in minimizing the amount of junk that actually lands in your inbox.